As the conflict in the world is increasing and our two hostile neighbors, China and Pakistan, are conspiring against India, it has become imperative to strengthen our defense capabilities. Also, as the nature of war has mostly shifted towards air capacity, it is important to analyze how the Indian Air Force is battle ready. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Piyush, and in this video, I'm going to ask you a question. Is the Indian Air Force battle ready? Let's begin. The World Directory of Modern Military Aircrafts recently published the Global Air Powers Ranking of 2022, where it has placed the Indian Air Force above People's Liberation Army Air Force. The Global Air Power Ranking are not solely based on the number of aircraft that a particular country's air force possesses, but also on other factors such as modernization of the fleet, logistical support, defense, and attack capabilities. The strength and capacity of an air force are mostly defined by its fighter jet capabilities. Its numbers, maneuvering strength, range, and striking capacity have the authority to decide the fate of a war. In this scenario, it is imperative to understand India's currently operable fighter fleet's capabilities. Presently, India operates 6 kinds of fighter aircrafts: Sukhoi 30 MKI, Rafale, Tejas, MiG-29, Mirage 2000 and MiG-21s. Considering MiG-21's frequent accidents, the Indian Air Force is expected to decommission the aging aircraft by 2025. So effectively, we have 5 types of fighter jets. Among all, Sukhoi Su-30 MKI is the largest and primary fleet of Indian Air Force. With a total of 284 operational numbers, Russia made Sukhoi an air superiority fighter with additional air-to-ground strike capability. Unlike the Chinese version of Sukhoi, the Indian version is attached with advanced Israeli avionics and electronic warfare systems. China too operates Sukhoi 30 MKK and MK2 versions, but restrictions on the use of Israeli technology in Sukhoi made them substandard as compared to Indian ones. The Chinese Sukhoi are less maneuverable and nimble than Indian ones due to the non-availability of vectoring engines. Consequently, China was forced to make its own version of Sukhoi. Copying Russian Su-30s and Su-27 designs, China made 2 indigenous versions called J-11 and J-16. But again, a copy remains a copy. China was not able to maintain the quality and the J-11 and J-16 remained substandard fighter jets. Another important fighter jet that the IAF operates is Jaguar. Famously known as Shamshera, IAF has 139 Jaguars. Attached with ELM 2052 AESA radars and new avionics, Jaguar is considered a ground attack specialized fighter jet. Dassault Mirage 2000, also known as Vajra, is the 4th generation single-engine multi-role fighter jet. Currently, about 50 different variants of Mirage are being operated by IAF. In February 2019, Mirage 2000 fighter jets were used to strike terror camps in Balakot inside POK. Attached with Israeli laser-guided spice bombs, Mirage 2000 is a highly reliable aircraft for India. With all these 4th-generation fighter jets, India now has inducted 36 Dassault Rafales. A French twin-engine Canard delta-wing multi-role fighter jet is capable of performing air superiority, interdiction, aerial reconnaissance, ground support, in-depth strike, anti-ship strike, and nuclear deterrence missions. Rafale is much superior and battle-ready than China's so-called stealth fighter J-20. Rafale has proven its capacity in Afghanistan, Benghazi, Iraq, and Syria wars and has an edge over China's J-20, which is largely untested. Whenever India will have a war with its hostile neighbors, it is going to be a two-front war. Consequently, India will have to prepare to fight with both neighbors simultaneously. In pursuit to that, the IAF requires about 42 squadron strength of combat aircrafts. But currently, struggling with 30 squadrons is a grave concern for the Indian security. It is also important to note that IAF is set to retire the largest fleet of Jaguar and Mirage by 2030. In this scenario, the squadron capacity is expected to decrease further. In February 2021, the Defense Ministry signed a 48,000 crore deal with HAL to supply 83 LCA Mk1A to the IAF. It includes 73 LCA Tejas Mk1A fighter jet, and 10 Mk-1 trainer aircrafts at the cost of 45,696 crores, along with the design and development of infrastructure sanctions worth 1,202 crores. As per the contract, Hull has to deliver the first 3 Mk-1A aircraft to IAF in 2024. After 2024, it will deliver 16 aircraft per year for the next 5 years. The timely induction of LCA Tejas will help in maintaining the required squadrons of the fighter jets. Further, under the Buy Global and Make in India initiative, India is expected to procure 114 multi-role fighter aircraft at the cost of 1.5 lakh crores. Reports suggest that global manufacturers like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Saab, MiG and Dassault Aviation are expected to take part in the floating tender. India is aggressively pushing for indigenous development of 6th generation stealth multi-role air superiority fighter jets for the Indian Air Force and Navy. With the composite collaboration of the state's defense giants DRDO, Hull and a domestic private company, India is expected to start the trial of its first indigenous advanced medium combat aircraft by 2024-25 and introduction in forces by 2030 to 2035. Concerning its AMCA project, India needs a new fighter jet engine technology with powerful thrust of 110 kN. As reports suggest, French Safran is ready to establish its MRO facilities in India and has also offered to support India's AMCA project. Watching the current and upcoming fighter jet capacity, India seems to be fully ready for future wars. With the added advantage of S-400 air defense system, the Indian Air Force has totally secured its territorial sovereignty. With the addition of 114 multi-role fighter aircraft and 83 LCA in 5 to 8 years, India will be able to fully modernize its aircraft fleet. With the required 42 squadron capacity, India is battle ready for a two-front war.